Hi, I wanted to talk to you about this book called The Rabbit Listened. And on the cover of a book, the biggest letters are always the title, the name of the story. And down below, in smaller letters, it says Corey Dorfeld. And that is the person who both wrote the story, the author, and drew the pictures, the illustrator. So she's able to do both things, which is pretty cool. And on the back cover, it often says something about the book. And here it says, sometimes hugs say more than words. We'll have to see why that is. This is called the spine of the book. And on the spine, it has the name of the author, Corey Dorfeld, and The Rabbit Listened. And that's way, if your book is in a bookshelf, we'll pretend this is the bookshelf, you can, if you know how to read, you can read the words and then know that that's the book you want to take out of the shelf to read. The cool thing is you can read words or pictures when you're just learning how to read. The Rabbit Listened by Corey Dorfeld. Oh, look. Looks like he's pushing a heavy box and he looks pretty happy. One day, Taylor decided to build something. Something new. Something special. I notice his tongue is sticking out. Sometimes when people are concentrating, their tongue will come out of their mouth as they're working, or sometimes they make a humming sound. You might notice that with your friends or with yourself. Something amazing. Taylor was so proud. It is an incredible building. But then, all of a sudden, no, look at that. Things came crashing down. Gosh, has that ever happened to you? The chicken was the first to notice. Cluck, cluck, cluck. What a shame. I'm so sorry this happened. Let's talk about it. Cluck, cluck, cluck. But Taylor didn't feel like talking. So the chicken left. Next came the bear. Grrr, grrr. How horrible, I bet you feel so angry. Let's shout about it. Grrr, roar, grrr. But Taylor didn't feel like shouting. So the bear left. The elephant knew just what to do. Trump-da! I can fix that. You just need to remember exactly the way things were. But Taylor didn't feel like remembering. So the elephant left. One by one they came. The hyena, hee 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 hee. Let's laugh about it. The ostrich gulp. Let's hide and pretend nothing happened. The kangaroo, tisk, tisk, what a mess. Let's throw it all away. And the snake, shh, let's go knock down someone else's. But Taylor didn't feel like doing anything with anybody. So eventually they all left until Taylor was all alone. In the quiet, Taylor didn't even notice the rabbit. But it moved closer and closer until Taylor could feel its warm body. Together, they sat in silence until Taylor said, "Please, will you stay with me?" The rabbit listened. The rabbit listened as Taylor talked. The rabbit listened as Taylor shouted. He's shouting just like the bear. The rabbit listened as Taylor remembered and laughed. The rabbit listened to Taylor's plans to hide, to throw everything away, to ruin things for someone else. He really listened to his friends, didn't he? Through it all, the rabbit never left. And when the time was right, the rabbit listened to Taylor's plan to build again. "I can't wait," Taylor said. Look how excited he is. His arm is way up, and he's smiling, and the rabbit's ears are way up, and the rabbit is smiling. It's going to be amazing. Wow. And that's that. And there some birds are flying away. I hope you enjoyed the book. Now for the teachers, I have some thoughts, and that is that when you're reading, you can point things out in the illustrations to the children, so that then they can begin to read books by reading the pictures. That's the first way that kids really learn how to read, and sometimes they'll read to younger children and they'll remember the words if they've listened to the story lots of times. What I like to do sometimes is change the voices of the characters. Now, it's not easy to do, but today I had fun, being angry like the bear and changing my voice for the chicken. I think it heightens the drama when you can do that, and makes it more interesting for the children. Then the other thing is I like to point out the connections between the story and the children's lives. And of course, Anybody who has built with blocks has had their building fall down. And if you're in a family daycare, often you will be building, and a younger child will come and knock your building down on purpose or by accident. And so those are the kinds of things that you can talk about with kids. Um, I I tend to read books a lot during the day, and to anybody who is interested, and they'll bring a book over, or maybe I'll pick one out. And when I read to a small group, I let the kids interrupt. I let them point out the things in the pictures that they notice, and I let them talk about the connections they're making with the story. And if they have a question, I'll answer it. Um, and it's a way of really, I think, forming community when you read aloud and forming relationships. So I hope you have fun reading. Thank you.